Hello creators, I'm very happy to have you here, and today we're going to draw these three flowers over here. So let's start. So first I'm going to draw the three main circles that will represent each flower. So three circles that will indicate my way. After that, we start to define the little branches here. Okay, now let's move on. We have to be quickly on this, and we start to drawing the flowers. Pay attention to the perspective. Just drawing the main outside petals. Then we can move along and start working with details. So I just draw the main petals that I can see. We don't have to be like very specific. Just covering the main circles. In this case, I defined the center of the flower, drawing the main petals. Okay. Now we can relax a little bit, drawing the leaves. So I'm not trying to be very realistic, I'm just my perspective can be a little bit different than yours, and so we are trying. Okay, so here I have a little rose that hasn't blossomed, and we're trying to, I think it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so I start a small circle. Okay, now I have it. So I will use three different yellows: yellow lemon, and permanent yellow dip, and I will use yellow ochre. For the greens, I'll be using sap green as a mid-tone yellow green, and for the dark one, the olive green. And some shadow effects, I'll be using ultramarine blue. So let's move on. We have to hurry because I want that light effect that we have over here. And so let's start. So I'm defining the shadows over the yellow that I already used. Okay, so where you have all these dark places that are on the center of the petals. Okay. Now let's move on the leaves. Going to use another brush and work my way on the leaves that I see more light on. Then little by little I will work on the shadows, as I always do most of the times. So okay, so now with my sap green we start to define a bit the dark places. A bit. We're not trying to be very specific about details and so on. Okay, so let's let it dry a little bit. I'm returning to my flowers and painting the small one. The branches a little retouch with yellow. Now I'm going a little bit crazier this time. I'm going to wet all this area with a clean brush. All this area. When you get a little bit crazy, don't worry. It's time to have fun. And it means that your instinct is working. Show your creativity and let it be. So I'm retouching the yellow part. Putting the color out or down, whatever you want. Okay, like this. And then with some ochre, yellow ochre, wetting my. So I need to have a double camera. So in one way you can see the mixing colors, and in the other you can see like the actual wet canvas, right? So I'm adding some shadows here that I see. Okay. And just play with my wet canvas. Once it's dry, the game is almost over, so we don't want that. Okay. Returning to my clean brush, I'm just remove the excess, okay. Let it dry. Now let's return to the leaves. I'm using your darker green. Let's go to the darker areas. Just defining the leaf. Yes, it's not like. Okay, just defining. Okay. I will put the flowers in my room so all of them can blossom freely. they were in the garden, so okay, so we are almost done with these leaves. I mean, now we're going to use a small brush and use brown color, or yeah, brown color, it's okay. And here you have some brown spots, and just color them. I guess if you want to improve and painting, yeah, I mean, it's a good idea to try to imitate the great masters, the great painters. But it's also a good idea, as I'm showing you, to observe nature, observe the real stuff, rather than try to copy a photo of a magazine. It's better when you have the real stuff on your hands. Okay. Okay, so here you have our final result. I hope you find these guys useful, and if you have any comments, suggestions, please let me know. Thank you very much for this time together, and see you very soon. Bye.